football's ultimate defender, making Messi run scared. Like, share and subscribe. Episode 91, the celebrities came to witness, Chen Mo ascended the throne as the new king. Heading into the Champions League final, the second leg of the Champions League, Liverpool is at Anfield, an insignificant match. The big score in the first leg is enough for Liverpool to advance to the final. Bayern can only reverse the situation if Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, Pelé, Beckenbauer, and Cruyff are all in their team, but it is a fairy scene that can only appear in the game. The second leg is just a formality, but Liverpool fans are extremely enthusiastic about this game. They flocked to Anfield. Even some fans who didn't get tickets wanted to sneak into the stadium. After being caught by the security personnel, they almost knelt down and begged the other party to let him in. But in the end, the security personnel were ruthless and didn't give him a chance to enter. Outside Anfield, some fans who didn't get tickets looked for people to sell tickets at high prices. Some smarter people also approached Bayern fans. For example, the girl from Longwa who came from afar, she directly approached the Bayern fans who were about to enter the stadium. The tickets for the second leg were sold out before the first leg. So even though Bayern fans knew that it was impossible to reverse the situation, they had already spent the money and were reluctant to waste it. So they came to England. There was still some expectation in their hearts, expecting a miracle to happen. It was just that the possibility was equal to zero. When the girl from Longwa came to him, he was still confused. "You want my ticket?" "Yes." The girl nodded quickly. She was very eager to communicate with the other party. "I came from Longwa, but I didn't get the ticket. Can you sell me your ticket?" She acted pitiful. In fact, she was complaining in her heart. They were all killed in a tragedy. There was no possibility of a reversal in the second leg. "What else can you see? You might as well sell me the ticket and let me see my brother Imo up close. I am willing to pay double the money." Seeing the other party hesitate, she immediately raised the price decisively. The other party's eyes suddenly lit up, and he nodded quickly at her, handing over the money and the goods. The young lady took the ticket and ran to the ticket gate. The Bayern fan took the money and was about to leave happily. But at this moment, he suddenly heard someone shouting in the name of the tank country. "Bayern fans! Is there anyone willing to transfer the ticket? We are willing to pay 5 times the price." He looked over fiercely. There were 3 fair-skinned, beautiful and long-legged beauties standing there. Judging from their appearance, pupil color and hair color, they should be from Italy. Suddenly, he felt that the money he had just received was not good enough. But something happened that made him even more tearful. The 3 young ladies over there had just finished the transaction. Another 5 beautiful fans, who looked like beauties from Gaul, shouted that they would spend 8 times the price to buy the tickets in the hands of the Bayern fans. Heartbreaking voice. Selling the tickets at twice the price is simply a blood loss. All the way away, his heart was constantly stabbed. Many beautiful women came in groups to buy tickets at high prices, especially asking Bayern fans. Several people came to ask him when they saw him wearing a Bayern jersey. This made him feel a pang of pain in his heart. He felt that he had missed a huge amount of money, but he also became curious. Why did so many people spend several times the price to buy tickets? And these people were all girls. Beautiful, sexy, South American, Asian, European, even from Africa. Just then, another beautiful woman came to ask. One look at the appearance confirmed that this is from the Tsarist Empire. He first explained that his ticket was sold, and then asked his doubts. "Are you Bayern fans?" The Tsarist lady shook her head quickly. "Then are you Liverpool fans?" The other party shook her head frantically. This made him dumbfounded, and felt that there was something wrong with his logic. Not a Bayern fan, nor a Liverpool fan, so why did he buy tickets at a high price? And it was mainly to find Bayern fans. "Are you very interested in this game?" The Tsarist lady shook her head again. "I am a fan of Mo. He will be awarded a Guinness World Record certificate before the game today. I want to be on the scene and witness this meaningful moment." The Bayern fans were stunned, and then there was another stabbing pain in their chests. "Issue a Guinness World Record certificate. This is the eternal pain of them Bayern fans. Because this record is a tragedy against Bayern. Then why do you look for Bayern fans to buy tickets instead of Liverpool fans?" After asking this, the Tsarist lady looked at him like a fool. Liverpool fans are also fans of Mo. How could they give up witnessing the moment when Mo was awarded the honor for the sake of money? It's easy to find Bayern fans. The second round will be boring. You can't reverse the game and you may be scored. It doesn't matter whether you watch it or not. You will be eliminated anyway. It's just right to get more money. I guess everyone will be very happy. DD. A knife pierced into the heart, and Bayern fans seemed to hear the sound of their own heartbreak. This knife hurt too much. He was ready to leave with an expressionless face, but the other party held him back and asked him to help ask his friends if there were any tickets that had not been sold. He refused, very polite and gentlemanly. If the other party was not a young lady and was so beautiful, he would have wanted to punch her. It's not so stimulating. People's hearts. The already fragile young heart was numb at this moment. He just wanted to leave quickly and find a place where no one was to cry and vent. Anfield Stadium was full of people. It was originally a game that was not worth paying attention to. Even the second round was just a formality, because the Guinness World Records and Liverpool FC jointly issued a statement. Before the second round of the Champions League, the Guinness World Records certificate belonging to Chen Mo will be issued at Anfield Stadium. It caused quite a stir. Countless Chen Mo's fans came from all over the world. They wanted to witness the honor of Chen Mo taking over the certificate on the spot. That's why there was a lot of beautiful fans outside the stadium. They spent a lot of money to buy Bayern fans tickets. As for Liverpool fans, some of them may give up their tickets because of money, but most people choose to witness it with their own eyes, because it is not only Chen Mo's honor, but also Liverpool and the honor of all their fans, especially the diehard fans in the North Stand. They started planning 3 days in advance to give Chen Mo a huge surprise today. The atmosphere on the scene was extremely warm. The club also attached great importance to this award ceremony. After all, it is a rare Guinness World Record. They also want to use this to expand the global market of the big team, and more importantly, they want to use this to express their importance to Chen Mo. They were well prepared for this. They even built a simple podium in the center of the stadium. They also invited the famous player of Fruit Teeth, the old captain Figo, and the current coach of Fruit Teeth, Santos. The legendary captain of Liverpool, Gerrard, and the former king of Liverpool, Dalglish, were present to witness. The media were in place. The flashlights were aimed at the player tunnel. Figo, Santos, Gerrard, Dalglish all stood on the edge of the stadium, chatting with Liverpool coach Klopp and Bayern's mentor Hanks. Everyone had a smile on their face. Even Hanks was the same, and he gave Chen Mo his heartfelt blessings. Gentlemen, Tian. The host stood on the podium, holding a microphone and speaking. Behind him were 3 people from the Guinness World Records. The whole audience fell silent instantly. The host was very satisfied with everyone's concentration and continued, "Welcome to Anfield Stadium. I know that there are fans from all over the world who want to witness the next honor award together. Our new generation of Liverpool Super 10, Mo, who is only 18 years old, has created a new Guinness World Record. He created a miracle. 9 minutes and 7 stars in a row. Let us congratulate Mo." Instantly, Anfield Stadium produced an explosion-like sensation. The scene was like an earthquake. The warm atmosphere and roaring sound waves seemed to shake the stadium down. This made the 3 people from the Guinness World Records who came from afar dumbfounded. They were frightened and trembling with such an atmosphere. Next, please welcome our protagonist with your roar. The King of Anfield, our beloved Super 10, BS. The host yelled at the top of his lungs. The fans at the scene cooperated very well and roared like a roar. Mo, by Mo, B4, Mo. Amidst this roar, Chen Mo walked out of the player tunnel. Fireworks were instantly set off on the sidelines, and domineering music rang out on the field. Chen Mo raised his hands and waved them towards the stands, causing waves of excitement among the fans. Klopp was the first to step forward and give Chen Mo a big bear hug, laughing and showing 8 white teeth. "Mo, you are my pride." "Thank you." Chen Mo smiled and patted him on the back, then shook hands with Hanks and received his congratulations. "Mo, you performed very well. It's hard to imagine that you actually played in the midfield. Fortunately, I have retired. Otherwise, I would really lose my confidence in playing football." Figo shook hands with Chen Mo and joked to Chen Mo, "Strikes in the same era as you are really unlucky." Chen Mo smiled and thanked him. Then it was Gerrard. He hugged Chen Mo. "Mo, you are the best. You will definitely become a legend of Liverpool. Thank you for choosing here. I can't play with you. This will be my lifelong regret." Gerrard may not be the greatest star, but for Liverpool fans, he is the greatest. In the most difficult period of Liverpool, he supported the team and supported it for more than 10 years. His loyalty is admirable. "Isn't your regret my regret?" Gerrard smiled. "Congratulations. Tonight belongs to you." After hugging Gerrard, Chen Mo took the initiative to hug Big Glish again. This king of Liverpool, the real backbone of the team, he pulled the team out of the quagmire from the lowest period. He almost dedicated his whole life to Liverpool. He played football and scored goals for Liverpool, and continued the glory of Liverpool as a head coach. Although his Liverpool coaching career ended in a dismal way, his greatness cannot be expressed in words. "Thank you for coming, child. I should thank you for giving me a chance to witness a miracle with my own eyes. 14 years. Liverpool has waited too long. We worked hard for 14 years and finally reached the Champions League final. And you are the biggest contributor," Dagley said with some emotion. No one knows how he felt when Liverpool was in decline. "The new King of Anfield. This is your coronation ceremony. Congratulations. I am proud of your achievements." Chen Mo smiled and expressed his gratitude. "You must be present at the Champions League final. I promise we will get back the trophy that has been lost for 14 years. Dalglish laughed out loud. "I believe you." Finally, Chen Mo came to Santos and shook hands with him. Santos also gave him a hug. It was the first time for the two to meet, so they were a little unfamiliar. Chen Mo received a call-up notice from the Frutia Football Association, and he agreed. He was banned by the Dragon Football Association, so he couldn't play for the Dragon Country. Although the Dragon football team was relatively bad, he didn't want to play for the Dragon Country after all. But it was a pity, he could only settle for the second best. After all, he didn't want to miss the World Cup, so he will deal with this coach in front of him frequently in the future. Your performance was great. I'm proud of you. There are not many games left, and the World Cup is coming soon. You must make sure you don't get injured. I can tell you that you will be the absolute starting player of the team. Getting the starting player's promise from the head coach, Chen Mo was ecstatic. That's the World Cup. All the players in the world are dying for the stage. He immediately gave his own guarantee. I will ensure my condition and go all out for the World Cup. Santos smiled. He didn't expect that such a superstar would emerge in Fruit Teeth in the first half of the year before the World Cup. Thinking about the talents of Fruit Teeth now, he was full of enjoyment for this World Cup. It seems that it is not impossible to fight for the top of the world. He patted Chen Mo on the shoulder. Go. Enjoy your glory at this moment. Accompanied by deafening cheers, Chen Mo finally walked to the podium. The person in charge of the Guinness World Records took the initiative to shake hands with Chen Mo and congratulated him. Then he took the certificate that had been framed in an exquisite photo frame from the staff behind him and presented it to Chen Mo. The intensity of the cheers in the audience doubled in an instant. Chen Mo held up the certificate high and showed it to the fans in the surrounding stands. Li Zhao, and at this time, the diehard fans in the north stand also took out the surprise prepared for Chen Mo. The huge typho rose slowly. On the typho was Chen Mo wearing a Liverpool jersey, holding the Guinness World Records certificate in both hands. The crown on his head symbolizing the Lord was particularly dazzling. The King of Anfield. This scene was extremely shocking. Even Chen Mo was stunned for a moment. Card. The fans in the stands, as the typho rose, raised their arms, shouted Chen Mo's name, and worshipped Chen Mo. At this moment, Chen Mo was like a new king ascending the throne, and Anfield Stadium was the throne under him. The award ceremony ended. The players of both sides began to warm up. Then the game began. As everyone expected, in the second round of the game, Bayern, who had no chance of reversal, did not pose much threat. The whole game was more like a formality. In the 63rd minute of the game, Müller cut in the penalty area and shot, helping Bayern score a goal. But soon in the 70th minute, Chen Mo pressed forward to counter-grab, and at a distance of about 30 meters from the goal, he stole the ball from Thiago's feet and immediately triggered the reactionary sniper cannon to score. The score of this game was tied. Then Liverpool called it quits. All substitutions were used up, and several young players from the Echelon youth training team came on the field to feel the atmosphere of the Champions League. Finally, in the 90th minute, Lewandowski scored a header in the penalty area and ended the second leg. The score of the two rounds was 10-3. Liverpool advanced to the Champions League final with no suspense. Their final opponent was the defending champion, Xuanzong, who had won 2 consecutive championships and was ready to challenge for the 3rd consecutive championship, the peak Real Madrid. Chen Mo will also face off against one of the peerless duo, Ronaldo, who is at the peak of his career. A real fierce battle is coming. It has been 14 years since Liverpool advanced to the final again, and the horn of the charge to the top of Europe. Episode 92, Golden Boy Award Battle. The new peerless duo competes. Chen Mo beats Director Mu. After 14 years, Liverpool returns to the Champions League final. The last Champions League final, Liverpool created the Istanbul miracle, a miracle along the way. The Etihad miracle, the Allianz 9-minute 7-star miracle. The end of the season. The Golden Boy selection will come to an end. The new peerless duo face off for the first time. The battle for the Golden Boy. Round 37 of League 1. Mbappe's 5 sons are crowned. The Golden Boy is none other than Mbappe. He will be the strongest striker in the new era. Liverpool Supernova versus Paris Saint-Germain Supernova. Mbappe is dissatisfied with the club and has done nothing to win the Golden Boy. The whole world knows. The boss behind Paris Saint-Germain prefers Chen Mo, so he will not help Mbappe build momentum, Mbappe's mother said in an interview. She has never heard of Chen Mo, and her son is the most outstanding young man. The season is coming to an end. Except for the Bundesliga, which has 2 fewer teams, and the league has ended, the other leagues have only the last round left. The selection of the Golden Boy Award has also come to an end. Unlike the current Ballon d'Or, the Golden Boy Award will be selected based on the season. After the season ends, the winners of the Golden Boy Award will be announced and the players will be awarded their trophies. Originally, Mbappe has always been the most popular candidate for the Golden Boy Award this season. He has performed very well since the beginning of the season, even though he has not yet reached the position of Director M and has not yet suppressed Neymar and forced Neymar to leave the team. But his performance in various events, goal data, and offensive data are on par with Neymar, who is now at his peak. So Mbappe's talent is recognized. The Golden Boy Award has always been to select the most recognized young players with the highest talent. It can be said that all along, everyone defaults to Mbappe will win the new Golden Boy Award. But something unexpected happened. Chen Mo, who was still an unknown before winter, suddenly emerged as a dark horse. In just half a season, His value soared from €6 million to €120 million. It shocked the football world. No one has ever increased his value so quickly in half a season, but it shows Chen Mo's ability and his talent. So in just half a season, Chen Mo is Mbappe's biggest rival in the fight for the Golden Boy. As Chen Mo's performance gets better and better, he has overshadowed Mbappe. Just like some netizens' amazing comments, Mbappe's talent is visible to the naked eye, and the whole world knows that his future is limitless. He can reach the status of Messi and Ronaldo and become another legendary superstar in Gaul. But what about Chen Mo? You don't need to see Chen Mo's talent. You don't even need to see it with your naked eyes. His talent can hit you in the face with your eyes closed. Everyone knows that he is talented, but no one says that he will definitely be on par with Messi and Ronaldo in the future, because he is now on par with them. Messi is his defeated opponent, and Ronaldo will also face him head-on. Chen Mo's strong words are incoherent. Everyone will not question whether he can reach the status of Messi and Ronaldo, but will only speculate and enjoy. What is his ceiling? Everyone is curious and predicting how strong his peak will be. Even everyone thinks that if Chen Mo does not have any accidents and fulfills all his talents, he will definitely reach the height of the king of football. In this way, almost everyone thinks that the Golden Boy award should be given to Chen Mo. Mbappe is anxious. He is not convinced by Chen Mo and wants to win the Golden Ball award even more, so it broke out. 5 players in one game. But Chen Mo's record still seems so weak, and the most important thing is that Chen Mo is still just a defensive midfielder. So the economic team behind him, and the Gallic media who originally wanted their own players to get the Golden Boy, began to build momentum for Mbappe. The progress of the times and the addition of capital. Football has long been not as pure as before. The Golden Boy award is just an award for young people, but now it has become a place for fame and fortune. Silent. Play well in the last round of the Premier League. I will arrange for the media to build momentum for you. Your performance is obvious to all. That Mbappe is not as good as you. If you want to use public opinion to build momentum, don't even think about it. You really don't take me, Mendes, seriously. On the phone, Mendes spoke with great momentum. It is obvious that Mbappe's economic team and the Gallic media are frantically building momentum to make Mbappe suppress Chen Mo. This made the famous European agent very unhappy. He had ignored the Golden Boy before. As a result, there was not much attention. When he reacted, Ronaldo was already too old. But in the years of the dispute between Messi and Ronaldo, people always talk about the Golden Boy award. Mendes was very unhappy. Now that the era of Messi and Ronaldo is about to end and a new era is about to begin, Chen Mo and Mbappe have the trend of becoming the new peerless duo. How can Mendes let Chen Mo suffer in this regard? What's more, there are huge economic benefits here, such as the endorsements signed, but there are clauses setting Golden Boy bonuses. That's tens of millions of euros in bonuses. How could it be ruined like this? I will do well, but I won't play the whole game to prepare for the Champions League final. The last game is not very important to Liverpool. They have already secured the top 4, so they won't take it too seriously. All the focus will be on the Champions League final. Just do well. That guy in the last round will definitely perform like crazy. If you don't perform well, it will be hard to build momentum in public opinion, Mendes explained. After listening, Chen Mo had an idea in his mind. Originally, he didn't care too much about the Golden Boy, and still focused on the Champions League final. But now Director M has taken the initiative to provoke the competition and wants to step on him. Then he still can't be polite. Sorry, I want the Golden Boy, you go get next year's. Mendes quickly started to exert his strength. A group of former fruit teeth celebrities came out to speak and build momentum for Chen Mo. The same is true in Gaul, but it is clear that some of the famous players in Gaul still cannot lie with their eyes open. For example, Ribery. He was outspoken. He said that he could not say that Chen Mo was better than Mbappe. 7 stars in 9 minutes. He saw Chen Mo complete the miracle on the field with his own eyes. And Zidane, the current coach of Real Madrid, the opponent of Liverpool in the Champions League final where Chen Mo is. When he was interviewed, he said that Mbappe still needs to grow, and he is not good enough to compete with Chen Mo now. Chen Mo is extremely dangerous. A midfielder has super defensive ability, but can score goals that are not inferior to any striker and send assists that are not inferior to any attacking midfielder. Definitely an extremely scary guy. Public opinion is disturbing. Except for the Gaul media, other media are reporting that the so-called new peerless duo are competing for the first time. Most media, especially the more authoritative media, believe that Chen Mo is better and more talented than Mbappe. The Gaul media will naturally not admit it, but come out with various rebuttals. They even said that Chen Mo only played for half a season, and believed that Chen Mo was not eligible for the Golden Boy award. He did not play a full season. In the end, the Golden Boy award came out to make a statement, saying that Chen Mo was eligible to participate in the selection. Half a season is also a performance within the season. The media hyped up the confrontation between Chen Mo and Mbappe, just like the previous hype about the so-called Messi-Ronaldo dispute. They can't wait to stir up the confrontation between the new peerless duo and add more news to them. At the same time, the last round of the Premier League and the French Ligue 1 has also become the focus of everyone's attention. Countless media are waiting for the performance of both sides and then comparing them. Once one side performs poorly, these media will report and compare them crazily to get bigger news. Before the last round of the league, Chen Mo took the initiative to find Klopp and expressed his idea of playing a full normal game. Klopp also knows the selection of the Golden Boy Award, Chen Mo and Mbappe's competition has entered a white-hot stage, even as hot as Ronaldo and Messi's competition for the Golden Ball Award. He naturally would not hold Chen Mo back and agreed to Chen Mo's request, but specifically reminded Chen Mo, "You must protect yourself and don't get injured in the last game." The final battle of the Premier League. The championship has been won by Manchester City. It can be regarded as a comfort to the fans for the painful defeat in the Champions League. Liverpool ranked second, leading the two teams behind by 9 points. It is a state that will not fall out of the top 4 anyway, and their opponent in the last round is Newcastle United, which is in the 10th place. There is no pressure to avoid relegation, no chance to compete for the top 4, and no desire. Welcome this opponent. It is still very easy for Liverpool. Chen Mo started the game, but most of the team are substitutes, including the back line, forwards and midfielders. Almost all are substitutes. Klopp has to concentrate on the Champions League. To ensure the health of the players, most of the main players are placed on the bench. The game started under this situation. I have to say, compared with the starting lineup, the level of Liverpool's substitutes is still a bit behind. Only Solanke, Chamberlain, and Arnold can form cooperation with Chen Mo. Other players, especially the 2 young players who have just been promoted from the youth training, can't keep up with Chen Mo's passing rhythm. This also caused a lot of problems in the game. Liverpool's young players made mistakes frequently, resulting in Newcastle United seizing the opportunity. In the 18th minute of the game, Newcastle striker Long Dong seized the opportunity of Liverpool's young players' mistakes and rushed up quickly to steal. Then he volleyed the ball outside the small penalty area. Karius was half a beat slower to react and failed to block the ball. Newcastle took the lead. After losing the ball, the young player who made the mistake almost collapsed. His eyes were instantly filled with tears. He didn't expect that he would have a chance to represent the first team in the Premier League. He would make a mistake and lead the opponent to score. He was already nervous and under a lot of pressure, and this time he was hit hard, and his heart couldn't stop trembling. Don't be nervous. The game has just started. We still have a chance to catch up. Chen Mo took the initiative to comfort the young player, even if the opponent is unknown, but Chen Mo still comforted and encouraged him. He also started as a young player, especially in his previous life. He played very badly and saw too many human feelings. Even if the opponent will eventually be mediocre, Chen Mo is still more willing to encourage and promote him. He has also been caught in the rain before, so he tries to hold an umbrella for others, but he obviously underestimated the young player's ability to withstand pressure. In the subsequent game, he made another mistake in passing the ball from the backcourt, which eventually led to the opponent scoring another goal. 0-2. Liverpool was completely behind. In the first half, Chen Mo also launched several attacks, but Solanke's shots were really terrible. That's it. This score lasted until the end of the first half. Chen Mo was even more exhausted. Football is not a one-man sport. Even if you have a hang, you can't play against 11 people alone. AAA. In the training base of Paris Saint-Germain. After the game, Mbappe and several players who had a good relationship with him stayed in the training base to watch Chen Mo's game. Seeing Liverpool was beaten 2-0 in the first half, Chen Mo did not have an outstanding performance, only 2 good passes. Mbappe was crazy. That's it. Still competing with me for the Golden Boy Award? Come on. It's because your teammates are strong that you have the opportunity to play. Once you are replaced by a substitute player or a teammate from a weak team, you will be no good. Mbappe was extremely happy. In the game they just finished, he got help from his teammates. Even Neymar passed the ball to him. He killed the opponent and scored a hat trick. Such performance is much better than Chen Mo's current performance. Now all media judges are paying attention to their performance. The Golden Boy Award is decided by the editor-in-chief of the authoritative football media. The overall performance of the season, and the last focus on this performance, will definitely deepen their impression. It is very likely that some people who still want to vote for Chen Mo, after seeing the performance of both sides in the last round, think that Chen Mo's performance is poor, and switch their votes to themselves. Kylian, the Golden Boy Award is definitely yours. That guy performed so poorly. If he can still win the award, it must be a shady deal. The words of his teammates made Mbappe's smile even thicker, and he laughed like a ninja turtle. A group of teammates began to clamor for Mbappe to treat them. The atmosphere was so relaxed and joyful. But as the second half of the game began, as soon as the game started, Chen Mo performed a 1,000-mile journey alone. He dribbled the ball from the center circle and killed through the middle of Newcastle, and finally used a curved ball to penetrate Newcastle's goal. Only one goal. It doesn't matter. Kylian, you scored 3, that's right. That guy was just lucky. It's impossible for him to score again. Everyone was extremely shocked when they saw Chen Mo's operation. Then he thought of Mbappe, and seeing his face turn ugly, he quickly spoke to comfort Mbappe. Mbappe nodded. That's right. It was just luck. But just as he comforted himself psychologically, Chen Mo scored again in the next second. Chen Mo directly stole the ball in the opponent's penalty area, and then immediately raised his foot to shoot, kicking a ground ball that was like a long sword going straight to the head, and hit Newcastle's goal. Now, everyone was quiet. These teammates looked at Mbappe with a hint of embarrassment in their eyes. Just as Chen Mo said it was lucky, Chen Mo scored again. It was as if he had targeted them, waiting for them to speak, and then slapped them in the face. After scoring 2 goals in a row to tie the score, Newcastle players realized his threat, so they began to guard him tightly, and the number of fouls increased significantly. He knew that he had used the injury immunity card and would not be injured in this game, but Klopp didn't know, and was so anxious that he yelled at him and even wanted to replace him. Chen Mo had no choice but to give up dribbling and attacking, and started a comprehensive defense, plus organizing long passes. He touched the ball and completed the pass at the same time. Chen Mo started playing dog catching frisbee. Arnold, the fast horse, became his dog. The continuous organization of passes allowed Liverpool to suppress Newcastle and started non-stop attacks. The final game ended with 5-2. Chen Mo scored twice and got 3 assists. The most critical thing was that he made 16 steals and 13 blocks throughout the game, almost resisted 80% of Newcastle's attacks. The moment the game ended, the people of Paris Saint-Germain who were watching the game on TV looked at Mbappe with a look of heartache and regret. They witnessed the horror of Chen Mo. With such a guy as an opponent, Mbappe's future career will probably be suppressed by Chen Mo. Episode 93, Director Mu declares war on Chen Mo. See you in the World Cup final. The female models cheer for the Champions League final, although there were some ups and downs, but the result was still good. As Newcastle's head coach said in the press conference after the game, a game that was not evenly matched. Chen Mo controlled the game alone. He was very clear that Liverpool did not play with all the main players, otherwise Newcastle would have been defeated. A reporter asked Chen Mo about Mbappe's competition for the Golden Boy award. Newcastle's head coach was also a straightforward person. He answered with one sentence: let Mbappe break through Mo's defense on the field and not be intercepted by Mo. He continues to hope for the Golden Boy. This sentence was immediately put on the front page of the media. The Premier League ended. Liverpool had one last and most important game left. After Klopp announced that he would start training, he announced the disbandment of the team and gave the players 2 days to rest and adjust. Then he returned to the club for 3 days of closed training. Chen Mo took Sully's car and went home. He was the only one at home. Kendall went back to America. The reason given to Chen Mo was that there was a job waiting for her. But in fact, Chen Mo knew it very well. The little girl couldn't bear it and ran away. She had the blessing of the physical recovery card, and her body was improved by the body of the demon child. The little girl threw away her armor. She probably wanted to go back and rest for a while. Ate the healthy meal drawn from the system. It was as unpalatable as before. After cleaning up and lying on the warm big bed, Chen Mo entered the system again to draw the lottery. The negative emotion points collected in recent times have been getting less and less, especially in the second round against Bayern. After the whole game, he actually got less than 700 negative emotion points. But Chen Mo was speechless. It's not good to kick someone too badly. It's even harder to get negative emotion points if you kick him directly. Congratulations to the host for winning 2 gold treasure boxes, 1 platinum treasure box, and 1 legendary treasure box. After receiving the system's prompt sound, Chen Mo sat up suddenly. Here it comes again. Legendary treasure chest. There are 2 gold treasure chests and 1 platinum treasure chest. There are 5 chances to draw a lottery in total. This time is definitely the best time for Chen's luck. Open all treasure chests. Open gold treasure chests ×2. Get skill cards Tomahawk Missile ×1. Arc Ball ×1. Open platinum treasure chest ×1. Get experience card Monkey King Tingyun ×1. After using the experience card, you will get the Peak Bell's one-stop goal scoring ability on the wing. The speed increases by 3%. Open legendary treasure chest ×1. Get the King of Despair. King of Despair. Once the team is still behind by more than 2 goals or more than 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the regular game, it will be automatically triggered. After triggering, the host will have the ability to reverse the desperate situation, and the physical fitness and game status will return to the peak. After using the skill goal rate will increase by 10%, and if the game is still behind by 1 goal in the last 3 minutes, or the game is tied, the host will get the reversal lore buff blessing. After using the skill goal rate will increase by another 1%. After reading the introduction of the King of Despair, Chen Mo was stunned. This is too arrogant. If you are 2 goals or more behind in the last 10 minutes, you can trigger the skill, restore your physical strength and increase your goal rate by more than 10%, which is already cruel enough. I didn't expect that there would be something even more cruel in the end. In the last 3 minutes, you can also add a reversal and lore buff, which means that the goal rate is directly increased to 20%. If you add the original goal rate, it is almost 100%. This is terrible. With this template, what is he afraid of? When playing, you have to keep a few tricks when using skills. Otherwise, you will be really unlucky if you don't have any skills to use in the end. Think about the upcoming Champions League final. It seems that according to his memory, Liverpool finally fell behind by 2 goals and lost the game against Real Madrid. There is also the Monkey King Tingyun experience card. He showed off his signature style in front of the Monkey King Bale, and I don't know if the Monkey King Bale will explode. Chen Mo is now full of confidence in the Champions League final. In a good mood, just want to do something? As a result, he remembered that Kendall couldn't stand it and ran away. Life is not easy, handsome guy size. Chen Mo was just thinking about playing football in his backyard to vent his excitement at the moment. But suddenly Mendes called. Mo. Done, you got the Golden Boy Award. The next morning, the official announcement of the Golden Boy Award was released. The winner of the Golden Boy Award in 2018 is Chen Mo. At the same time, the number of votes was announced. A total of 40 votes. Chen Mo won 36 votes. Mbappe only got 4 votes. And these 4 votes were all votes from the authoritative media of Gallic football. Obviously, everyone thinks that Chen Mo should get the Golden Boy Award. Mbappe is not as good as Chen Mo. The Golden Boy Award welcomes more young people to compete for the Golden Boy Award. This time, they made a big splash. After so many years of the Golden Boy Award, this is the first time that there has been a movement to compete for the Golden Ball. The person in charge was even more shocked. Today's young players are growing too fast. The 2 players who were selected to compete for the Golden Boy Award may compete for the Ballon d'Or in the future. This shocked them. At the same time, they were more regretful. They regretted not preparing a celebration in advance and holding a large award ceremony. Otherwise, they would have made a fortune. But now they can only send someone to deliver the trophy to Chen Mo according to the past practice. The Golden Boy competition ends. Chen Mo won the Golden Boy Award. The new peerless duo competed for the first time. Chen Mo beat Mbappe to win. Mbappe failed. Chen Mo has already taken the lead in the competition between the new peerless duo. Gallic media blasts the Golden Boy Award, saying the result is not fair. Gallic authoritative media loses fairness. Ignoring Chen Mo's outstanding performance, a defensive midfielder played half a season and played the data of a winger for the entire season. Who is stronger and who will win? It would be really unfair if the protagonist who created the miracle of Etihad in 9 minutes and 7 stars could not win the Golden Boy. The media is very lively. Chen Mo was very low-key. He received the award at the training base, took photos with the other team's staff, and then he immediately started training. Chen Mo would not think about things that had already ended. He was always looking forward, but Chen Mo no longer paid attention. But it did not mean that others were no longer paying attention. Mbappe was not convinced. Even though Chen Mo, a defensive midfielder, did play the same data as his winger in a season in just half a season, but he was still not convinced. Young people are competitive, not to mention that this guy has been crowned with the aura of genius since his debut. After making a splash in the Champions League, he was touted by the Gallic media as the world's #1 in the future. He also believed that he would definitely become the world's #1 in the future. But while he was dreaming, Chen Mo suddenly came out and stepped on him. It would be strange if he could be convinced. But the Golden Boy Award has been awarded, and nothing he says will change the result. Mbappe directly declared war on Chen Mo on social media. See you at the World Cup. I'll prove with my performance that I deserve the Golden Boy more than you. It's better not to be eliminated too early. I'll wait for you to face off in the final. A stone stirs up 1,000 waves. The naked declaration of war made netizens start to eat melons. World Cup? Gall and fruit teeth play? You really can say that. What teammates are around you? Too shameless. Gall is strong, but fruit teeth has only Cristiano Ronaldo and Chen Mo. If you have the guts, go to the Champions League final. Don't be funny. Champions League final? Paris Saint-Germain won't have that fate. See you in the World Cup final. Damn. He's crazy enough, not to mention fruit teeth and Gall. Just say that Gall will definitely make it to the final? Come on. Don't look back, you guys were eliminated in the group stage. Netizens commented one after another. A crowd of people madly mocked Mbappe. A big part of the reason is that Gall is too strong, while fruit teeth is old and young. At present, only Ronaldo and Chen Mo can hold on. Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, they are just emerging. Compared with Gall's Kanté, Pogba, and Griezmann, it is obviously a level lower. But they think Mbappe is bullying the weak. But Chen Mo responded directly. The World Cup final is waiting for you. Don't miss it. Ronaldo even came to join in the fun. Fruit teeth will win the championship. The World Cup final is waiting for you. It was lively all of a sudden, especially the appearance of Ronaldo, which made the declaration of war between the two even more lively. Then Ronaldo made a comment to Chen Mo. Let's not talk about fighting side by side in the World Cup. Let's meet in the Champions League final now. be ready to lose. It was lively. It was completely lively. Chen Mo didn't respond, and the fierce Liverpool fans rushed up like crazy, chasing Ronaldo and spraying him wildly. Then the Real Madrid fans rushed up, and the fans on both sides directly exchanged fire. Mbappe was ignored. The media chose to forget him. They all focused on the upcoming Champions League final. 3 days later, NSK Olympic Stadium. This stadium, built for the Olympic Games in the last century, was selected as the venue for the Champions League final. Fans arrived outside the stadium early to wait for admission. In the warm atmosphere, fans from both sides were on edge. Some strong Liverpool fans turned into a verbal battle with Real Madrid. Finally, the conflict escalated. The two sides fought in a group. The security personnel who were maintaining law and order on the scene were dispatched urgently to stop the bloodshed. Major media appeared outside the stadium one after another to interview fans from both sides. Obviously, the interview was very successful. Only the Dragon Country Sports Weekly announced that the interview failed, because these fanatical fans were like crazy, rushing up to grab the microphone and insulting the opponent team and the opponent's players. Fortunately, there are still rational fans. Are you from Longwa? Then we are friends. Mo, Van Dijk, they all have Longwa blood. Do you support us, Liverpool? A Liverpool fan accepted the interview enthusiastically, but after getting the reporter's answer to remain neutral, the other party immediately changed his face. Please give me flowers 0. Neutrality means supporting those dogs of Real Madrid XXXX. The reporter who had just started working was so scared that her face turned pale, fearing that the Liverpool man opposite would beat her. I am a fan of Mo. He spoke quickly. The next second, the man changed his face quickly again. He gave the reporter a thumbs up. You have good taste. Mo is great. Your choice is absolutely right. He is much better than the Real Madrid's group of XXX Ronaldo. I think Mo with fruit teeth is the #1 star. The young lady was stunned. How did this brother go to Sichuan province to study face changing? This is too scary. We are broadcasting to Longwa fans here. Can you comment on Chen Mo? The young lady hurriedly started the interview. It was not easy to meet someone who was normal and didn't grab the microphone to scold Real Madrid. She wanted to end the interview quickly. I can't comment. The Liverpool fan lost his passion in an instant, and his expression was very serious instead. This made the reporter's heart hang in her throat. Sudden seriousness is so scary. Damn. This brother is so funny. Such a rapid change of expression. I would never approve of it if I hadn't gone to further studies. I didn't laugh when he cursed. I laughed when he said the reporter had good taste. I like my husband because he has good taste. Nonsense. Ronaldo is much better than Chen Mo, and he wants to replace Ronaldo. Why can't I comment? Why did the big brother suddenly become serious? Damn. Isn't the big brother going to curse? He shouldn't be. Isn't he a Liverpool fan? This sudden seriousness is scary. Big brother, please speak quickly. I want to hear your comments. A group of netizens commented crazily. The Liverpool fan stared at the reporter with great seriousness. I'm just an ordinary fan. I'm not qualified to evaluate the god of football. Believe me. Mo is the god of football. You can ask any Liverpool fan, they will admit it. Although he has only been here for half a season, we have already admitted that he is the king of Anfield. His performance makes us crazy. Think about Etihad. Think about the Allianz tragedy. It's all his credit. He is the pass to Liverpool. As long as you go to Liverpool, in any pub where Liverpool fans gather, shout that you are a fan of Mo, you will get 10 free bottles of beer. This is our attitude. The elder brother's words made the reporter's sister stagger, and made the Dragon Country netizens who watched the live broadcast dumbfounded. They always heard the phrase football is a pass, but now they can really feel the power of this phrase. What do you think about Chen Mo's transfer? The reporter's sister continued to ask. As soon as the question came out, the big brother blushed and yelled, FXXX. Then he turned away in anger. The little sister was petrified on the spot. She didn't understand why he suddenly became so excited. Ha ha ha. I laughed to death. Big brother is anxious. You are not one of us. What do you think of Chen Mo's transfer? I don't want to see it. Reporter's sister is a Dragon countryman and saved your life. Otherwise, the big brother would beat you up. Netizens teased, but just when the little sister hadn't recovered, suddenly, there was a cheer and a whistle. The reporter's sister hurriedly asked the cameraman to point the camera over. In an instant, the netizens watching the live broadcast were excited. The source of the cheers and whistles was seen. That was the Chen Mo fan group, composed of famous female models, who came over in a mighty manner. Each of them wore Chen Mo's number 10 jersey, hot pants, and high heels. The screen was full of long legs, and there was even a favorite of netizens, long legs and black. They came in a grand manner. They held high flags, scarves, and banners with the Chen Mo logo. It was like a fashion show. They attracted the attention of male fans wherever they went. Even Real Madrid fans were no exception. In addition, something even more jaw-dropping appeared in the camera. A lady with fair skin, beautiful face, and long legs, wearing a white wedding dress, held a big banner in both hands. Mo. I love you. Kick that Kendall, okay? A lot of reporters took crazy photos. This is all big news. Even Cristiano Ronaldo has not been so popular with female fans. Only Beckham, the popular star 10 years ago, has caused such craziness among female fans. The new heartthrob is true. Chen Mo deserves to die. Long legs all over the screen. I am so impressed. Whose fans are all female models, wearing a wedding dress to watch the male god play football. This is outrageous. Another day of envying Chen Mo's life. My back teeth are about to break. My tears of envy are still falling. Don't worry about other things. Chen Mo, the new heartthrob, is so attractive to female fans that he is even more attractive than a superstar. What's wrong with female models? Cristiano Ronaldo is awesome, and the opening ceremony's performance guest, Sister Pa, are all his fans. Aren't they much better than Chen Mo's female model fans? 3. Episode 94, see Ronaldo's fangirl rebelled. Kicked Real Madrid away from winning 3 consecutive championships and stepped on the Real Madrid star. Champions League final, the top European club competition, a super football competition with an annual revenue of more than 10 billion yuan. If the biggest dream of all players in the national team is to stabilize the World Cup, then the Champions League champion is what all players have been pursuing at the club level. The final is a stage that countless players dream of stepping on. Genius, it's just the ticket here. How much hard work, effort, sweat, and all-out progress a player has to put in before he has the opportunity to step on the stage. The dream of a football player. The same is true for Chen Mo. He has dreamed of stepping on the stage of the Champions League final since he started playing football in his previous life. But he didn't even step on the Champions League field in his previous life. Liverpool spent 14 years of waiting, 14 years of chasing, and 14 years of catching up before returning to this final that represents the top of Europe. That Chen Mo spent 2 whole lives. Chen Mo, who got off the bus, walked quickly into the stadium, facing the flash of the media and the cheers of the fans. In less than 5 minutes, he walked for decades. At this moment, Chen Mo had no painful thoughts. Instead, he danced enthusiastically. He finally came. Players from both sides. They all changed their uniforms in the locker room and ran onto the court to warm up. When passing through the player tunnel, Chen Mo met Ronaldo. Ronaldo also looked at him and walked towards him. Finally we met. Ronaldo took the initiative to extend his hand. Chen Mo immediately shook hands with him. Indeed. I didn't expect that the first time we met was as opponents. Both of them are fruit teeth players. They are all players under Mendes, but they have never met. Even Chen Mo had never seen him in his previous life. This is the first time they met. Ronaldo now has a ramen head, and 087 is at the peak of the golden edge Ronaldo in the fan's mouth. He just scored 2 goals in a row, caught up with Messi, and won the 5th Golden Ball award in his career. He is also the Champions League champion for 2 consecutive years. He came here to challenge for the 3rd consecutive Champions League and his 6th Ballon d'Or. I have studied your game videos recently. You are really strong. See, Ronaldo said with a smile, but immediately changed the subject. But I am stronger. Be prepared to fail. I will definitely win this trophy. If you cry after the game, I will definitely come to comfort you. This guy is as narcissistic as ever. Dr. It seems that you are the one who cries the most, right? Chen Mo shrugged directly. Cry? I don't have that habit, but don't worry, I will definitely give you banknotes after the game. After that, Chen Mo turned around and ran into the stadium. Amid the cheers of Liverpool fans, Chen Mo started his warm-up. See, Ronaldo pouted on the spot and ran onto the stadium. He was even more excited. It's not that he hates Chen Mo. He didn't feel disrespected because Chen Mo was a young player and he fought back against him. Everyone has their own masters. Everyone is fighting for the championship, so it's normal to have a few objections. He just burst out with a competitive spirit. Chen Mo's words just now made him feel a burning desire to win the championship. Never lose to others in life. Players' tunnel. The actors who were preparing for the opening performance lined up on both sides, waiting for the players to finish warming up. The stage was set up on the court, and they performed on stage. The opening guest of this final, the hot-bodied Sister Pa, came late and walked to the front of the team. Her appearance instantly caused a burst of cheers and roars from the fans on both sides of the players' tunnel, especially the male fans. Sister Pa has a hot body, and her clothes are even more nosebleed-inducing. Plus she is beautiful. That male fan can stand it. But at this moment, Sister Pa, holding a marker in her hand, glanced at the court from time to time. The fans started to make a noise. Cristiano Ronaldo's fan. Are you looking at Ronaldo? Take the marker. Are you going to get Ronaldo's autograph? I really envy Ronaldo. Hey! Do you have any idea of spending the night with Ronaldo? Almost everyone knows. Sister Pa is Ronaldo's fan. She has expressed her obsession with Ronaldo in many interviews before. She even said that if she could spend a night with Ronaldo, she would die without regrets even if she died the next day. So everyone knows her love for Ronaldo. Some people, when they learned that Sister Pa was the opening guest, teased Sister Pa that she took the opening performance job just to chase Ronaldo. The beautiful woman holding the extras behind Sister Pa also laughed secretly. The bold ones even made a noise at Sister Pa. Sister Pa, are you really going to get an autograph from Ronaldo? Are you also a Ronaldo fan? Sister Pa suddenly asked back. The actress was stunned when she was asked this question. Yes, I used to. Ronaldo is really handsome. This answer is intriguing enough. Sister Pa seemed not to understand, just nodded politely to the female fan, and then continued to look at the court. At this time, the players of both sides finished warming up. The staff began to carry the stage onto the court for assembly. The players walked towards the player channel one after another, ready to return to the locker room. The actresses were also excited. The actress who just talked to Sister Pa reminded Ronaldo, who came directly. Ronaldo is here. He is here. This was heard by Ronaldo. He also saw Sister Pa, who was facing him, holding a marker in her hand, with a face full of surprise and a little fangirl. Knowing that the other party should be asking for an autograph, I felt refreshed immediately. No one would dislike being admired by others. What's more, the other party is a star. I couldn't help but feel a little proud. He even deliberately showed a smug smile to Chen Mo, who was walking behind him, showing off to Chen Mo. This made Chen Mo stunned. Ronaldo is worthy of his reputation. Milner, who was beside him, also saw Ronaldo's expression and thought it was a provocation to Chen Mo. Ignore him. That guy just likes it. It turns out that he likes to pretend like this when he plays in the Premier League. Just like that, everyone walked towards the player tunnel. Ronaldo walked towards Sister Pa naturally, raised his hand to take the marker, and said, "Sign where?" But he didn't finish his words. Sister Pa seemed to have not seen him at all. Her face was full of obsession and her eyes lit up. She ignored his outstretched hand and walked straight behind him. "Mo, I like you very much." "Really? You are so handsome. Can you sign for me?" "It must be a unique one." Sister Pa ran to Chen Mo. She was as excited as an ordinary little girl chasing stars. Her eyes were bright as if there were stars. It's impossible to look at her. It's too hot and embarrassing. Chen Mo was dumbfounded. Isn't she a Ronaldo fan? Unspecified currency, unspecified currency. Milner laughed. He was making fun of the embarrassed Ronaldo. "Can I?" Seeing that Chen Mo didn't answer, Sister Pa was like a little girl who was rejected. She immediately looked cautious and responded to Lianin's question. "Mo. Sign quickly. I still have a performance." Henderson ran over to remind her. "Oh." Chen Mo finally reacted from the doubt and took Sister Pa's marker. "Thank you for your love. Where do you want me to sign?" Sister Pa jumped on the spot excitedly, quickly pointed to the clothes on her body. "Sign here." Chen Mo signed her name carefully. "Chinese." "Chen Mo." Sister Pa quickly took out her phone, hugged Chen Mo's arm, stuck to Chen Mo, and took a selfie. Chen Mo was embarrassed. "Is this an indirect gift?" "Thank you. You will definitely win the championship. I will cheer for you later." Sister Pa let go of Chen Mo and raised her fist to cheer Chen Mo up. This made Ronaldo, who was not far away, feel stabbed in the heart 10 times. Backstab from a fangirl. It was so embarrassing. He still wanted to pretend to be calm, looking at the crowd actresses, and noticed that they were also excited. He was about to wave to them to say hello. The result, he was about to do it. Mo, so handsome. I love you, Mo. Screams interrupted. All the actresses screamed excitedly on the spot, waving their arms wildly at the approaching Chen Mo. "Mo. Come on, Liverpool is the champion. Mo. You are the champion. Where is the crack in the ground? Why is there no crack in the ground? Hurry up and make a crack in the ground for me to get in." See, Ronaldo wanted to disappear from here immediately. Chen Mo also walked past him into the players' tunnel, followed by Milner and Henderson, who were laughing loudly. "See Ronaldo." Just then, see Ronaldo heard the voice of Sister Pa. He thought that the other party came back to ask him for an autograph, and his eyes lit up immediately. "Sorry. I'm in love with Mo. From now on, I'm just his fan. So I won't be your fan anymore." See, Ronaldo's heart was completely broken. He tried to give a smile and walked quickly into the players' tunnel. 12. It was so embarrassing. The betrayal from his own fangirl really broke C's defense. Soon, the opening performance of the final began. Sister Pa stepped onto the stage and began to dance and sing. And there was an extra signature on the chest of her white clothes in front of her. Chen Mo. All the Dragon fans who were waiting for the live broadcast saw this scene and had questions. Chen Mo? Shouldn't he be a Ronaldo fan? Before they could figure it out, the performance was coming to an end. Sister Pa finished singing the last line, holding the microphone and yelling, "Lovey-doll. I wish you can win the game," leaving in style. The Liverpool fans in the stands cheered and roared. At this moment, Sister Pa became one of them. "Damn it, stinky bitch, thinking about my man." In the VIP stands, Kendall, who was there to support her boyfriend, was so angry that she cursed and bit her back teeth. Her good sisters couldn't help laughing. "Oh my god. Is Paige in love with someone else? Where is the one who said Paige is a fan of Ronaldo? It's me. Ronaldo fans can grab him whenever they want. He's such a great football player. Why is he so handsome? This world is so unfair. Damn. I got slapped in the face. Little Biao hit. It's so tiring to be with my husband. First there was Kendall Jenner, and now there's Paige. The camera is beautiful. Look at Kendall Jenner's face, it's dark. Don't look for a husband who's too handsome, otherwise you'll always worry about him being stolen. So you all quit, Chen Mo is mine. In the locker room, Klopp, who had just finished the pre-match press conference, strode into the locker room. Seeing his disciples, he was actually smiling. He couldn't help but relax. These disciples of his were all participating in the Champions League final for the first time, and they were no match for the Real Madrid players who had won the championship 3 times. The most fearful thing was being nervous at this time. Fortunately, the thing he was worried about did not happen. What are you afraid of? Seeing everyone looking at him, Klopp spoke to everyone. No passion, no severity. Instead, he was like a tender old father. Our opponent Real Madrid, they have won 2 consecutive championships. This game is their impact on the 3 consecutive championships. They are very strong. They are also familiar with the finals. Just like that damn Galbald said, they have more experience in winning the championship. What about us? Klopp spread his hands to everyone, and even in everyone's eyes, there was a hint of anger. More experience in winning the championship? What does that mean? This is looking down on us. Are you willing to be the background board for their 3 consecutive championships? Yes, they are really strong. They have the world's top superstar lineup. See Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale, Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, Ramos, but I don't care at all, because I also have the top players: Salah, Mane, Firmino, Van Dijk, Milner. Mo, are we afraid of them? No way. All the world says that I, Klopp, am an offensive maniac. When I first became a coach, those guys from the tank country even said that I was a lunatic. When I led Dortmund to the Champions League, I risked everything to fight against Bayern, and they also said that I was a lunatic, a gambler who risked everything. But what I want to say is, everything they said is right. Klopp said this and hit his chest hard with his fist. I am a lunatic. 2.3 Just now, those rubbish media asked me if I would be like a gambler, risking everything to fight against Real Madrid. You are looking for death. Do you know how I answered? I told him, I want to fight back. And I want to tear Real Madrid apart, kick their damn dream of winning 3 consecutive championships into pieces. No one in the team said anything. They all stared at Klopp and listened to his speech. No passion. Instead, his tone was calm, which made everyone dance involuntarily. It's been 14 years. Liverpool has been missing from the Champions League final for too long. Those damn media, and damn Real Madrid, they all forgot about Liverpool. Liverpool is terrible. Help them recall their memories. Let them remember what Liverpool did in the final 14 years ago. Let them remember the miracle of Istanbul. I just want to go crazy and show it to the world. Crazy enough to scare Real Madrid. FFFFLX. Klopp's sincere eyes swept over everyone, and he stretched out his arms and hands to everyone. Would you like to join me? Would you like to go crazy with me? Everyone was stunned, but they reacted quickly. Chen Mo was the first to step forward and put his hand on Klopp's outstretched hand. There is an old saying in Dragon Country: you can't live without being crazy. I don't think Real Madrid would want to see us go crazy. Kick Real Madrid's 3 consecutive championships. Since we are here, we must bring something back. I want the championship trophy. Take the trophy back, brothers. Let's step on the Real Madrid superstars together. Win the championship by stepping on the Real Madrid superstars. Kick Real Madrid's 3 consecutive championships away. Episode 95. Watch out for Ramos. Baring his fangs at Ronaldo, the fastest goal in the final. TV1. 1 inch. TV1. This is TV1 Sports Channel. The live broadcast of the 2017/2018 Champions League final is being broadcasted for you. The 2 teams in the final are Liverpool from the Premier League and Real Madrid, the defending champions from La Liga. Hello, everyone. I am Huang Jianxiong. I am the commentator, Zhang Jun. I am your old friend Wang Tao. The 3 of us will jointly comment on this game. The Champions League trophy, the Big Air Cup, was presented to the Olympic Games by the image ambassador of this Champions League final, AC Milan legendary striker, Serie A supernuclear warhead Shevchenko. The dazzling trophy is in place. The players of both teams are in place in the player tunnel. We can see. The camera is on the stands. Florentino is here to watch the final. He is the one who most hopes that Real Madrid can achieve the feat of 3 consecutive championships. Next to him is the owner of Liverpool Club, the chairman of Fenway Group. In addition, there are Nasser of Paris Saint-Germain, Mubarak of Manchester City, the Big Bear of Barcelona, the CEO of Atletico Madrid, Zhang Dan of Inter Milan, and Agnelli of Juventus. The leaders of major clubs are gathered here. According to the news, there are rumors that these clubs want to introduce Chen Mo in the summer window. The 3 kept introducing the leaders of the big clubs in the camera. The camera continued to turn. Then it was aimed at the famous coach in the VIP stand box. It was truly a gathering of famous coaches. Guardiola, from Manchester City. Mourinho, who was unemployed at home. Ancelotti, who was rumored to be going to Naples. Conte from Chelsea. Enrique, the coach of the Bull Country. Valverde, the coach of Barcelona, who discovered Chen Mo. Emery, who just officially announced to take over from Wenger. Tuchel, the coach of Paris Saint-Germain. Spain, Santos, even Lippi, the current coach of Dragon football team, appeared. Almost all the world's top coaches came to the scene. Several of them came for Chen Mo. They haven't given up on signing Chen Mo. Players from both teams enter the stadium. Accompanied by the passionate music played by the two violin masters, players from both teams walked into the stadium with their heads held high. After a season of hard work, they finally stepped into the final to rush to the top of the Europa League. This is the stage of geniuses. Only geniuses are qualified to step here. Let us sincerely wish them all good performances, show their full level, and bring everyone a wonderful visual feast. First of all, let me introduce the starting lineups of both teams to everyone. For Liverpool, Klopp has set up a 343 formation. Goalkeeper, Karius. Defenders, Matip, Van Dijk, Lovren. Midfielders, Chamberlain, Chen Mo, Henderson, Milner. Forwards, Sulla, Firmino, Maine. 3 central defenders and 2 defensive midfielders are both offensive and defensive. Chen Mo was placed on the left. Klopp should be ready to let him face Ronaldo directly. Zidane has set up a 43-12 formation for Real Madrid. Goalkeeper, Navas. Defenders, Carvajal, Varane, Ramos, Marcelo. Midfielders, Modric, Casemiro, Kroos. Attacking midfielder, Isco. Center forward, Benzema, Low. Bale did not start the game. Looking at the current situation, Zidane should be ready to use Bale as a backup. It's a pity I didn't see BBC directly facing the red arrows. But there should be a chance. BBC is not very compatible. It can't achieve the state of 1 + 1 + 1 greater than 3 like MSN. Although BBC was once extremely powerful when Mourinho was coaching Real Madrid, sweeping through La Liga. But incompatibility is incompatibility. After Zidane took over as head coach, Bale had fewer opportunities to play, and was often a substitute. Bale is more adapted to this role. Everything was exactly the same as Chen Mo remembered, so Chen Mo even reminded Sulla. Be careful Ramos, huh? Sulla was stunned when he heard Chen Mo's reminder. His defensive ability is indeed strong, but not as strong as yours. There is no need to pay special attention to him, right? Did I ask you to pay attention? I'm asking you to be careful of him. This guy can break your arm directly, and it's in this game, but Chen Mo can't say it clearly. Ramos will break your arm, which will cause you to leave the field early, causing Liverpool to be defeated, and also affecting your development in the 10th World Cup. No way to explain? You can't tell Sulla that you are reborn, right? The key is that this guy won't believe it. You should be more careful about him. Listen to me. Chen Mo can only express his seriousness with words. Sulla nodded. I understand. I will move forward more. Don't forget to pass the ball to me more. This is the Champions League final. My parents are watching. Duh. Chen Mo sighed in his heart. Obviously, this guy didn't take his advice to heart. It is a blessing, not a curse. If it is a curse, it cannot be avoided. Wanzi flapped his own little butterfly, but it was blown away. Playing against Barcelona and Bayern, they are all different from the opponents he remembered. Maybe it will be different this time. Thinking like this, Chen Mo agreed to Sulla's request. Also, pass the ball to me more. My family, our whole village, are watching the game. I want to give them a goal. Maine followed closely. Champions League final. For the first time in my life, my family members all watched and wanted to bring glory to the family. If they want to perform and score, they will naturally ask Chen Mo for help. Who will play? Chen Mo has strong passing ability and accurate passing, and can assist them. The back of the midfield daddy is no joke. Deal. The referee confirmed that the time was up and immediately blew the whistle to start the game. Real Madrid kicked off. Benzema and Ronaldo connected, not what the fans imagined. It was a thunderbolt from the beginning, and they started to attack the opponent madly. It was a fierce attack without any hesitation. Everyone was very stable. Even though Klopp wanted to attack first and go completely crazy, no one kicked directly from the beginning. Even the pressing was tentative. Only 3 forwards pressed, and the overall formation followed, but they did not drive straight in and press desperately. Instead, they maintained a reasonable position. They also formed a connection with the forwards. Real Madrid was the same. They started to pass and control the ball, constantly getting rid of the pressing of the red arrows, and making some subtle attempts at the same time. Don't think that passing and controlling is exclusive to Barcelona. As long as it is a bullfighting team, they will pass and control. Even Real Madrid is the same. But Real Madrid is not a passing and controlling team. Zidane's tactical system is completely different from Guardiola's. He improved on Mourinho's basis. There is a foundation of defensive counterattack, but passing and controlling are integrated on the basis, and the fullbacks and 2 wings are added to form a new system with both offense and defense. Both sides are in the stage of mutual testing. This is also the convention of the finals. In the finals, both sides will play very conservatively and try not to make mistakes. A small victory is enough. The final is not just a nameless place. This is also the reason why Klopp was called crazy for playing all-out attack in the finals. Both sides are in the testing stage. After the kickoff, Real Madrid did not continue to attack, but kept passing back and playing from the back. Liverpool's pressing is also tentative. Looking at this situation, Real Madrid obviously wants to lure the enemy deep and wait for Liverpool to press. Huang Jianxiang and Zhang Jun gave their own analysis of the current situation. At this time, Wang Tao suddenly spoke in surprise. Liverpool has started. See, after Klopp had been looking forward to the situation for a long time, seeing that Real Madrid was trying to lure him, the front court was not in place and he could not get the ball. Klopp decisively raised his hand and made a gesture of pressing forward. Instantly, the heavy metal storm started. All the players began to press forward in large numbers. 4 midfielders, Chamberlain, Chen Mo, Henderson, Milner, quickly moved across the half-court and pressed forward. Matip and Lovren in the backcourt followed and pressed forward. Van Dijk was left behind. The three formed an inverted triangle. All the troops went out. Zidane finally smiled when he saw this scene. Everything was within his Chi Xuanzong's calculations. Chamberlain rushed in frantically and pressed Kroos, who received the ball. Kroos passed the ball immediately. A low-footed arc ball passed the midfield and reached Modric. Milner immediately pressed towards Modric. At this moment, Chen Mo, who had made a forward run, quickly began to retreat. This made Zidane frown on the sidelines. Did he guess it? Or did he predict it? At the moment when Chen Mo retreated, Modric and Casemiro formed a wall-to-wall cooperation, past Milner's pressing, passed the ball to Isco, who retreated to receive the ball. Henderson failed to intercept, turned around and rushed towards Isco, who was already dribbling forward, but Isco had no intention of dribbling the ball at all. He suddenly made a long diagonal pass. The football passed over the heads of Chen Mo and others, straight to Ronaldo, who was pulled to the side. Chen Mo suddenly accelerated again and rushed in front of Ronaldo. At the moment Ronaldo received the ball, he rushed in front of Ronaldo and blocked Ronaldo's forward path, forcing Ronaldo to give up the idea of sprinting forward with the ball directly. Zidane pursed his lips and his eyes became more solemn. He was thinking, how did Chen Mo find out? Is his ability to predict so strong? But Chen Mo understood that this was not prediction at all, but a possible judgment of the situation from a god's perspective. Prediction can only predict one step. It is impossible to predict several steps, otherwise he would really become a god. He would not be indecisive in retreating at the beginning. He just observed from a god's perspective that Ronaldo was pulling to the side, and there was a gap in front of him, so he judged that he might hit Ronaldo's side. Once he suddenly hit Ronaldo's side and let Ronaldo get the ball, he could rush into the penalty area without any obstruction. Retreating one step in advance is to avoid this situation. Long pass to find Ronaldo. Chen Mo retreats. The route is blocked. Real Madrid's intention to launch a surprise attack did not succeed. The moment Ronaldo stopped the ball, Chen Mo retreated to the right position, not giving Ronaldo a chance to sprint. All Liverpool players retreated. Ronaldo did not pass the ball to Marcelo, who was waiting. He made several fake moves. He is trying to break through Chen Mo one-on-one. Huang Jianxiang was a little excited. This is the first confrontation between Ronaldo and Chen Mo. Zhang Jun was calm. Chen Mo's defensive stealing ability is enough for him to suppress Ronaldo one-on-one, with Chen Mo's level. As long as he tries to break through him one-on-one, the final result will most likely be a steal. Wang Tao said arrogantly, Messi, Robin, Hazard, can't get past Chen Mo, let alone Ronaldo. Maybe some Ronaldo fans won't admit it, but in fact, although Ronaldo's personal breakthrough ability is world-class, it is still a little worse than Messi, Hazard, and Robin. Ronaldo's strength lies in his goal-scoring ability, and breakthrough ability is not his main strength. Continuous fake moves against Chen Mo want to shake Chen Mo's center of gravity, but Ronaldo found that Chen Mo was always as steady as a rock, even though his fake moves were one after another and his footwork was constantly speeding up. Chen Mo didn't take the bait after several quick changes in rhythm. This made Ronaldo serious. He looked sharp and sped up his bicycle. Suddenly, Chen Mo moved. He took a small step to the left, which was exactly the direction of the sudden change in rhythm. Ronaldo felt that he had caught the opportunity. He immediately had a quick bicycle, a fake move to the left, to break through the rhythm change. Chen Mo moved a small step again. Now, 057C Ronaldo's right foot, which was cycling, suddenly moved the ball to the right with the outside of his foot, and his body suddenly started. The powerful explosive power was fully demonstrated at this moment. He sprinted to the right, but he didn't know that his fake moves and fake rhythm changes deceived the excitement and made Chen Mo start to move his center of gravity. But in fact, Chen Mo's continuous small steps were all deliberate responses to the direction of his fake moves and fake rhythm changes. The purpose was to make Ronaldo take action and start to break through from the other side. The moment he sprinted to the right, Chen Mo had already accurately predicted it in advance and moved quickly at almost the same time. In an instant, he opened his fangs at Ronaldo. The ability of the King of Steals began to show. He stretched out his sharp long hair and accurately stabbed the football. The toes touched the center of the football. The football deviated from the track set by Ronaldo and went to the city behind him. Chen Mo accelerated suddenly, and fierce explosive power burst out in an instant. His body turned sideways, brushed Ronaldo's jersey, and passed the opponent. It's broken, Huang Jianxiang shouted excitedly. Marcelo is coming. Beautiful. Chen Mo took advantage of the situation and passed Marcelo through the crotch. Chamberlain took the ball and passed it diagonally. Chen Mo quickly followed and got the ball again. Liverpool's attack has begun. He cooperated with Chamberlain to pass Marcelo. Chen Mo dribbled the ball forward quickly and ran straight to the Real Madrid penalty area, leaving only a Sheik back to see Rosello. If you can't say he is a superstar, he is a top player. His mentality is amazing. There is no negative emotion value at all. Real Madrid's players quickly began to retreat and defend. Cruz took the initiative to rush up to intercept Chen Mo, but Chen Mo took a step ahead and made a curved pass with the outside of his foot, finding Sulla on the wing. Chamberlain rushed in. Sulla passed the ball forward. Continuous cooperation. Before Marcelo got into position, Ramos stepped forward to block. Chamberlain made a quick pass. In the penalty area, Firmino blocked Varane with his back and jumped high, heading towards Chen Mo, who was rushing into the Real Madrid penalty area. System uses the skill volley blast. Used successfully, Chen Mo drew his bow and arrow towards the ball, and Casemiro, who blocked it first, kicked the ball in midair. He volleyed the ball without stopping. A sudden shot. BK. A dull crash. The ball suddenly pierced Real Madrid's defense. Navas had no time to observe because his vision was blocked by Firmino's back. When he found that the ball was coming towards the goal, it was too late to make a save. The ball hit the Real Madrid goal hard. Beautiful. The ball went in. Chen Mo volleyed the ball in the penalty area and shot a sudden shot. Navas had no time to react. The ball hit the goal. 1-0. 8 minutes and 32 seconds. Chen Mo broke the record for the fastest goal in the Champions League final. Liverpool took the lead.